What's up, YouTube? It's about my number. It's my 6th video. I'm not sure if it's gonna get posted. We'll see. I done talked about 6 different things in all the other videos, but I just kept deleting them. I was supposed to post a video like 2 days ago, but I didn't. I've been working real hard, and so I guess ain't no excuses. I just ain't do it. Today I'm posting a video. Today is my fasting day, so I said I was gonna post videos on my fasting days and go to video. I guess I'll talk about magic and how you do it, to my knowledge. I think that we do magic when we lie. And the reason why I say that is because when you tell a lie to somebody, you create a world for them to live in, and you lead them in that world for as long as you see fit. And so by you doing that, you offsetting experiences that people having, and you could be taking advantage of good people when you tell lies, but it gotta be a reason why we're able to lie. So, like, I can't just completely say, well, all lies are bad, because I done lied and I felt like it was for a good reason, and I lied to people that potentially could have altered my plans for myself. So I done lied to the police before, because it's the police, like, I feel like the police job is just to be there when people need help, like an old lady crossing the road, or somebody's house get broken into, or somebody got a flat tire, or it's an accident. Like, I feel like that's the police job. I don't feel like the police job is to be like a hound dog or anything, like they hunting. But police carry a predator type vibe. Whenever you see police cars in the cut, they be in the cut like a predator. And it's like, y'all taking y'all job too serious, bro. They didn't get y'all these fast cars, and now y'all out here thinking y'all Black Panther, or I don't know, y'all think y'all somebody, Captain America. It's like, bro, just chill. Like, we just people. Not everybody is a criminal. Just because somebody was, doing something, you could have. Don't get me wrong now. People be speeding, people be texting and driving, they be drinking and driving. All those things are things that I understand. So like, if you pull somebody over for those reasons, that's cool, but sometimes they pull you over just because they got a quota they trying to reach. And then it's like, where your humanity went, because you don't know how you affecting somebody right now. Especially a person that even did nothing like crazy. I got pulled over in Georgia for moving out of the way of a truck. I'm driving my truck, my 18-wheeler. I'm trying to avoid any major collision. Just so happened I get over into the furthest lane, and it says, no trucks in the left lane. I was aware of that, but given the situation, slowing down wasn't gonna do me no good, really, because of who's behind me. And sometimes you can't see directly behind you, and so hitting the brakes hard in a semi ain't always the best thing to do. And then the left lane was empty, and so when I glanced over, because the person was getting off of the shoulder on the right side, so when I glanced over to the left, I just went ahead and got over. I signaled and got over, but then I also signaled to get right back over in the right hand lane, so it was like immediate. As soon as I got in the left lane for a few seconds, I immediately turned my light back on. But how cars is, they don't be wanting to let you go by. So I got pulled over for that, and at the end of the little ordeal, the traffic officer gonna tell me drive safe. I'm like, bro, that's what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't got no questions. Ain't nothing I want to say to you. You seen what I was doing. You seen everything, but for whatever reason, you still chose to ignore the truth, right? You still chose to ignore the truth. So it's like, why would I tell y'all the truth when y'all gonna see things how you see it anyways? And so, for them, when they like that, I don't care about lying to them. But people that I love, and for the most part in my life, man, I prefer to be honest. You just as a kid coming up in this world, you don't really know nothing. And even when you become an adult, you don't really know nothing. And so we just be living and we just be doing stuff, and we won't be understanding how far things go, how deep this really is, how serious the thoughts are that we have, or our actions, how they affect others. We don't really go deep into how it will affect our future and other people's future. And so, a lot of things that we experience it's not really talked about, I guess, deeply. Maybe in some households, but probably not in every household, because most of the time your parents be focused on working and providing. So when they doing that, they're not really concerned with breaking down like certain things. Like I know lies my family never tolerated lies. Nobody. You couldn't even say lie. They seen that as a cuss word. So you had to say telling a story. So what I used to do is I got smart, right? At least I thought I got smart. My great grandma, me and my sister stayed with my great grandma and great granddaddy for like about 6 years, right? And so when we were staying with them, because you couldn't say lie, and as a kid, lie was like, I guess almost like a cuss word. To adults, they seen that as a cuss word. So you say, I'm not telling the story, or I'm telling the truth. What I realized was, I was like, I switched it up, and instead of saying I'm telling the truth, I'm being honest. All right, so I just changed it. Instead of saying telling the truth, I started saying I'm being honest. And so that, I guess that I was being honest, but it kind of changed the response a little bit. Like whatever we was getting in trouble about, or whatever question they was asking me, after I said I'm being honest, it's kind of like, all right, going on. But I don't know, just lying, right? It's not a good thing. So many people lie, and when they lie, they just, like I said, you imprison other people, you imprison yourself, and you start believing the lies that you tell yourself and the lies you tell people. And I mean, man, just to think about, you tell one lie, so you got to keep telling them. When you get into that, your whole life becomes a lie. Your whole life becomes a lie, because you needed to believe that lie that you told because of fear. That's why you didn't tell the truth. You didn't tell the truth because of fear. You was afraid of the response or reaction that you would get if you was being honest. And I fall in all this. Like I said, just a lie is a lie, right? So but when you tell lies, especially over and over, I guess to the degree of your lie. But if you tell big lies, it can be devastating, because eventually your house gonna come crumbling down. Your wife gonna catch you cheating, or your husband gonna catch you cheating. You're gonna get exposed on the internet. You're gonna be trying to plead your case. You're gonna be embarrassed. So from great pride comes great shame. And because you chose to have a lying tongue, you suffered. And so they say don't do nothing that you're gonna have to lie about. Like if you think you're gonna have to lie about it, don't do it. You want to live a peaceful life. That's what you want. You want a peaceful life. And you can get a peaceful life by being honest. You know, that'll give you a peaceful life. By telling the truth. By standing on principles. By being disciplined. Like you discipline yourself. Choosing to move towards the highest virtues possible. You know, I think that is wealth, right? I think that is real wealth. Is substance, that peace. You know, one of the videos I was gonna make, I was gonna be talking about my experience being a father, and it's extremely complex. But it's not. It is, but it ain't. It's complex because there's so many different dynamics to being a father. There's so many different roles you have to play. Like, I have to step into character sometimes. So it'd be times where I have to like get serious, like, hey, y'all sit down. But I don't really be mad. I just have to play that role in order to get the desired result. Or it'd be times where they may hurt themselves, and then I'd be like, come here, right? And then it'd be times where they pouting behind something that they can't have. Like we said no, so they got an attitude about it. It's like, okay, you could be frustrated, but what you're not gonna do is take it to the extreme and then try to be rude to express your frustration. And so, you know, patience is something that I've learned from being a father. But being a father has really inspired me to become the best version of myself. And I can't say that's what I am. I can just say that I'm still working towards it. And I feel like I always will be working towards it, right? Until the day that I'm gone, I inspired to be the best version of myself. Not for me, but for my family. I guess for myself too, but I'm not concerned with myself. I'm more concerned with the experience that other people is having. So it's like, how could I help your experience? So if I'm a primary factor within whatever you're experiencing, then I would want your experience with me to be as beneficial as it can be. And so, you know, it's not really up to you how I guess, you know, how I am. It's up to me. And so it's like I choose to try to be the best version of myself, so that way I can give that to everybody else, right? And be that example to other people. And just, you know, I guess be a beacon of light in this dark world for my kids, for my grandkids, for strangers, for whoever. You know what I'm saying? I really just see life as a great gift, and it can be challenging at times. It do be rough on you, but I don't know. I'm always optimistic, man. I'm always leaning into my faith, you know, because everything always be working itself out. And I think when we think about ourselves too much, we suffer more. But when you think about other people, you don't suffer. And so I never really think about me. I don't never really be like, I need to just do this for me. I need to go do this for me. It was a time where I thought that I had to go be with a bunch of women because I needed to figure out who I was in this world as a man, right? Or a young man. I don't really like to say what I am as far as like, oh, I'm a man, because a lot of men say they men, but they don't really be men, you know? And it's like, it's not for me to tell you I'm a man. It's something that, it's just something that just is. And so, you know, I'm just always, I thought that for me being with a bunch of women, that's what would make me considered like a man, right? Because a lot of men walk around with like a chip on their shoulder. And I don't know if I walk around with one. Maybe I do, but to me, I don't. To me, because I know how I am. Most of the time, whenever I'm somewhere, I'm trying to suppress myself to make everybody else feel comfortable. And some people can still be bothered by your presence, but I really be trying to just chill because I don't be wanting no problems. Because I understand that it's really about survival. So it's like, some people be looking for problems, and it's been times where I've looked for problems too. In different situations, like if I'm out with my old lady and people get to staring and looking at her and stuff, I'm looking for those problems because I know she's beautiful, but yet I don't like the disrespect from men. Like, you see I'm with her, so just respect the fact that I'm with her. And so I had to learn to like just chill, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they violating, but it's a long game. Meaning, like, you don't want to get caught up in your feelings in the moment when the whole purpose is for you to be here to serve to God, right? So you don't want to get too hemmed up in altercations with fools, you know, because some people pride is just too big to let small things go. And so, you know, I've learned, like, all right, just fall back. It's all right. Let people do what they're gonna do. You just gotta continue moving forward, knowing that, you know, this is just the world that we live in. This is just the psychology that most people embrace. Most people don't have respect. Most people don't think about their actions. They just do stuff. And so it's like, I'd be going around mad at everybody for everything that they doing. It's like, you can't be the way. So you just gotta let people be people. But I hope I'm not rambling, because it sounds like I am. No, I'm not rambling. That's a way that I have worked on myself in the past. It's just, whenever I get into certain situations that will bother me, instead of me continuing to approach those situations the same way, I be self-aware, like, all right, you know this, you done been in this situation multiple times. Don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I watch myself. I check myself. I discipline myself. So when I go spaces, wherever I'm at, I'm trying to suppress my energy. But I don't always like to do that, because I feel like sometimes people don't deserve that. Sometimes they deserve to feel a different type of energy. Not like a mean energy, but I just feel like you just never know who you're dealing with, man. You got all kind of people in this world. You got people that do some of the craziest stuff, man. They harm kids, they harm other people, and you can be, in a way, I don't know. It's just my thoughts. I don't care about making an unrighteous person comfortable, though, right? So I prefer to be truthful, but I guess they say, you know, you pick your battles. And so right now, the battles that I'm picking is the ones within me, versus picking battles in the world. You know, I try to avoid different situations in different spaces, going around different people that are not where I am. As far as, like, they don't got nothing to lose. I got so much to lose. And so, you know, I just try to just man, just mind my business, you know what I'm saying, and go to war with myself, you know, because if I don't improve, what was the purpose? What was the purpose of this life if I don't get better, you know, from, you know, each day, each year, I'm supposed to be getting better in some way, shape, or form. It's supposed to be things that I let go and grow past and stuff like that. And so I'm always concerned with that, you know, being better, you know, just working on my relationship with God and being the best person I can be for myself, for my family, and for the world, right? I heard this saying say, be the change you want to see in the world. And so that's what I inspire you to be, the change that I want to see in the world. And so men are very important. And I don't know, it's a lot of different type of men out here in the world. There's some good men in the world, but there's some bad men in the world too. They everywhere. It's something that be like, as a father, it's like I have a hard time trusting anybody because you never really know who you're dealing with, because we're in the wilderness, and so people put on masks, so you'll never know who you're dealing with. Like, I'm almost certain I done shook hands with all kinds of people. I done shook hands with some of the worst people that you can imagine. I know I have, but you just don't know who. And so it's that part that had me just like, you know, I gotta make sure that I'm on point. I gotta make sure that I'm constantly growing, you know, and so I could teach my kids to be able to be aware of how small they are in this world and how they can protect themselves and still have a good quality of life, you know, still navigate the world, still achieve whatever goals they set for themselves, how not to be caught up in emotional and psychological pits, you know, like voids or traps, you know. Just I want to be the best so that they could be the best versions of themselves, you know. And I know that I'm gonna have to help them walk through some darkness, you know, whatever darkness that they gonna deal with. I'm gonna have to help them navigate that space, you know. And so I just pray for the wisdom and the strength to be able to be the person that they're gonna need at them different times in their life. I just pray that I'm even here, because the reality is I don't know, right? Nobody knows. And so it's like, I don't take it for granted being a father. I don't squander it. I don't feel no kind of way, like no negative thing about it. It's a blessing, because there's a point in time when I ain't know if I was gonna have kids, and then the first one came, and then, you know, two. But it's just a blessing, man. I was talking to this old man today, and he was happy because he seen my kids playing, and it made him think about his grandkids. And you know, he was just talking about his mama. She was 92. His friend had like a heart attack or something at 60, but he lived to be like 80 or something like that. And I think his friend just passed away. And so I'm just, you know, and I was just like, man, you know, it's nice. It's a blessing. I hope I get to your age. I think it threw him for a loop. I don't know if it did or not, but I think it did, because I don't know if he thought about that. The fact that the gap between me and him is at least 40 years, you know? And so I know he had to be upwards of 65 at least. I'm 28, and so that's a big gap. That's a lot of space and time, a lot of different life experiences, and it's like I gotta make it to that point. And that's, that's the kind of stuff that I sit with. Like, I know that where I'm at today ain't gonna be where I'm gonna be tomorrow or 2 weeks or 3 months or 4 years, and so I don't never really trip about what the current experience is. I just try to soak up whatever knowledge I can get out of that experience, because I know this too shall pass. And so, it's just, I don't want to have no regrets when I'm taking my final breath. I don't want to have no regrets. I want to be at peace. I want to be at peace, and I believe I will be. It's not me speaking proudful. It's just, don't nobody like anything that's uncomfortable. We don't know what God got in store for us, but I just choose to lean into my faith. Just knowing that I done made it this far, and it wasn't me. Like, I wasn't by myself. And so it's like, if I done made it this far, God gonna keep on taking me. Gonna keep on, making sure I'm good. I just gotta keep my faith. Gotta keep praying, and stay true to the blessings that I have been given, which is my family, which is my life, which is my way to provide for my family, the people that's in my life, my spirit, my faith. All these things are blessings. And so I'm just thankful, man. I know I'm rambling. I said I was gonna make a video, so I made it. I'm working on it, this YouTube stuff. I'm trying to build a new fan base or following base. It ain't really like I'm actually in pursuit of it, but I know I probably got a lot of people that's truck drivers, that's my subscribers, and I know them boys don't want to hear me talk. They don't really care about this. If you ain't talking about money or nothing dealing with trucks, they don't want to hear you sit and talk. Yeah, I'm thankful, man. Eventually, I start getting into, I start having more videos where I just talk about, I don't know, I guess I just get deeper into me, right? The way I perceive this stuff, or how I was brought up, what kind of life experiences I done had, just different stuff like that. I'm thankful though, man. I think that's it on this video. I'm probably gonna get 3 views, but don't take y'all life for granted. Don't take people in y'all life for granted. Don't take the bed you got for granted. Don't take the car you got for granted. Don't take your mama or your daddy for granted, or your grandma, your granddaddy. Nobody. Don't take nothing for granted, man. Like, give thanks for everything and everybody that's in your life. Give thanks for your current situation, regardless of how good or how bad it look. Be in it, and don't lean too deep into it. Lean not into your own understanding. Don't lean too deep into happiness. Don't lean too deep into sadness. Don't concern yourself with those things. Learn how to just be where you at and have peace in your experience. No matter if it's positive, negative, comfortable, uncomfortable, learn to find peace in your experience, man. So that's it. Y'all be blessed. Have a good night.